This is the Darjeeling Mall Road, and you can see how green it is all around. I managed to get up early today, though I did not get much sleep last night. You can make out from my face the way it looks all puffed up. But this is what happens to me when I am at the hills. There is something, there's a pulling force, and I have not yet been able to figure out what is the source of that. Maybe it is the brilliant Kanchenjunga. So if you can make out, uh, it is all visible in all its glory. Today it is not rainy anymore. So the last 2 days it was constantly raining, and we thought that this visit would be futile. We would not get a glimpse of the majesty, Her Majesty. But there is something about Kanchenjunga that it never lets you down. So that is what happened again. That's what happens every time we visit the mountains. This is the long stretch, and I thought last night when Kapil, me, and Brishti were going to the mall, taking this road, I thought that it would be very lonely, because at night it was very lonely, except for a couple of dogs here and there and some monkeys. Now you can see there's so many people running. And although it is 6 o'clock in the morning, Darjeeling is, it's all up and awake, and people are all about the place, all over the place. They're running, they're taking care of their health. I wish we could do this in the plains as well. There's something very beautiful about this road, which actually pulled me here as soon as I opened my eyes this morning. I wished it was a little less crowded. And here is a very beautiful temple. It's a small temple. A small temple on a little alcove in the hills. And people are coming here and ringing the bell, offering their prayers. And it enhances the beauty of the place. Every time I come to the hills, I vow to myself that I'm not going to go back. I'm going to do something so that, I can stay here forever. This is the place where I belong. This is the place where I want to be for the rest of my life. But it's not something that is in your control. It's not something that you can do. I've realized that with the passing of time. And what I try to do when I come to the hills now is I try to make the best of my time. You can see this is a forest area, and it looks really scary at night when you walk down this road, like we were doing last night. It was very, very secluded, and it reminded me of Ruskin's ghost stories. I'm really, really in awe of the writer in the hills. No matter what people say, I'm I'm really always mesmerized, and I love the way he writes. So I try to follow him, and uh, he has always said that the hills do, they do a lot to evolve you. They have a big role to play in the way you live your life. See, there's a pigeon here who is not scared at all. It is all by itself, pecking away at the little puffed rice it has been given. No, I'm not going to scare it off. There are two over there. So now this is going to come and join. All I can say is I loved everything about this place, about the hills in general. But I thought, Darjeeling would be crowded and Darjeeling meant only tourist people. But it really proved me wrong this time because I really loved everything about Darjeeling. The way Darjeeling has shaped up in the last few years with the beautiful, places coming up, the places of stay for the tourists, and the beautiful roads that they have made. And it is no more dirty and crowded. So there's a class to it, and the mall also looks very very organized, and it's a very lively and spirited place. We visited the mall twice in a couple of days, last couple of days. I've again come back to this little alcove. There's camphor smell and incense sticks. It's very nice. It has added a charm to this already secluded place in the mountains. People are walking by, but nobody cares because they're just on their own, on their own walk, the morning walk. This is what I love about the place. This is what I love about the hills. You know, people go about their business without caring much about what others are doing. That makes you more focused, I believe. It doesn't feel like it is, or it's just 6 in the morning, and the place is buzzing with activity. I wish I had this entire stretch to myself so I could contemplate a little more, talk to the trees, talk to the forest, talk to the birds, take some pictures. Uh, but no, you know, people have got up earlier than I have. But no worries, this is also a different kind of an experience which I'm going to carry home. I do carry home little snippets of the hills every time I visit to make for my days in the plains. I hardly like to spend, my days in the plains just working about. I mean, just doing my work and doing my office and doing the household work. A lot of thoughts crowd the mind. I think that if life was a little different, maybe if I could live within nature, what it would have been like. But haven't been able to work up all the spunk or the courage that is required to listen to my heart. This is what I keep doing. When I come to the hills, I take back little bits of memory with me so that I can remind myself, yeah, there's a place out there which is very close to my heart. And if I feel lonely, if I feel down, if I feel dejected, this has always been the mountains have always been my shelter, my haven, where I can come back to, where I can be myself. And they've always embraced me with open arms. They've never let me down whenever I needed a friend. And I'm sure this is something that is going to be the same for the rest of my life, no matter whatever else changes around me. So this is me signing off from Darjeeling, 2023 September. It's a beautiful morning. It is not drizzling anymore. And I'm loving the beauty all around, the fresh air. And this is all I'm going to carry with me back home, and so that I can reminisce.